halfway to the weekend, and man, that just puts a smile on my face because my PJs are calling and I get to sleep in. So,
You get
you
to
know,
sleep in?
I think so. I don't quite know what the weekend has in store quite yet. My kiddo usually determines that. It's always on the days off that he's like, "Mom, it's 5 in the morning." I'm like, no,
Well, of
bed.
course. That's what kids are supposed to do.
Exactly. The cartoons can wait.
Well,
Yes.
another thing we absolutely love is interviews. I think interviews are my favorite part of this job. So thank you very much for tuning in. Sarah, who do we have?
Oh my gosh. Well, I've been super stoked about about this wonderful thing. So, well, first off, before I introduce our two fabulous guests, thank you all for tuning in. If you are listening via the app, you can also now watch us streaming live as well. We are live on Facebook, which is K4CO Radio on Facebook, and you can of course find us on our YouTube page as well. So
That way you can see the beautiful faces that I'm in this room with.
And you are one lucky guy.
I am.
mean, you
I'm
have
very
some
lucky.
beautiful women coming
I
at you
know.
today.
It's great.
So, I mean, this is absolutely amazing. So, we have two beautiful women from the magazine Centennial City Lifestyle. We have Megan De La Rosa, who's the owner and publisher of the magazine, and also Danielle Von Felt.
Yes.
Am I saying that correctly? Good. I love the spelling. Who is the publication director. So thank you, ladies, for coming in today.
So excited.
It is so exciting.
I feel like I'm very famous right now.
You are very famous. I talk about you everywhere I go.
I appreciate it. I talk about you everywhere I go. I'm like, hey, do you know Sarah?
I talked about you this morning. So a shout out to Zoe, who's another fabulous member of South Metro. The chamber has been absolutely incredible. And man, I have met some amazing people, and you are one of them.
I know. Look at this. Look at what happens when you network and connect.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. People get out of your shell. Look at what you can come meet. And it's pretty fabulous. So a big shout out to the chamber and to everyone that's running that and helping with networking and all of it. It's been absolutely fabulous.
It's been great.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, Megan, I know we're going to launch into, no pun intended,
I know,
but
like,
we will
we
launch
do.
into the magazine because I know for those of you that are watching the live stream, I mean, this is amazing. You need to pick this up. This was the February issue, of course, for beautiful Valentine's Day. Speaking of PJs, that's exactly what I did on Valentine's Day.
And if you go online, you can see the December issue, which is a really cute cover.
It's adorable. There's this little kid like poking into the stocking. It's
The
precious.
fireplace, yeah.
And you both are, I mean, we're going to get into this too, because you guys are super
Yes.
involved in the community and nonprofits as well. So,
Yes.
man, Megan, tell us about your journey.
My journey.
Yes, like where you're from. Are you a native to Colorado?
I am. So I am originally from Aurora. But then that was when Centennial became Centennial. So I was no longer Aurora and I was, who knows, Parker, just kidding. Joan, love you. But you had this proud moment. It was like 2001. So I have been a native Colorado pretty much my whole life because that's how long I've lived.
There's not much of us out there. I mean, yeah.
I know.
Well, then people are like, "Oh my God, you're a native," and it's like, "Are you not?" Like, it's like, okay, cool.
We have a
but-
lot of transplants.
Yeah, it's fine. Everybody, first when you're
fine.
younger, you like want to move away.
You're a native too?
I am. Same with
Oh,
my
we have
husband.
4 natives. I know. Do we need to
God.
continue this interview? We're
It's
all
fine.
amazing.
We're good.
Yeah.
It's good. We
We're
know
the
it. But no, I originally, I grew up real estate property management and kind of escaped a little bit from the property management side for title. And it was fun, whining, dining realtors, having fun. But really kind of what I was doing was helping the realtors farm because everybody's like, give me a list of people, like let's send out postcards, and I'm like, do you have $1,000? Like, how many people are you trying to hit? But really, the whole point with how I was teaching, I was doing classes, is you can't just mail something out. You really have to be a part of the community, and so. I'm a doer, so I actually showed them and somehow vice president of the board, social committee, like all this with the HOA. And it was kind of like a pivotal point. Again, I'm getting better with my words, but it was more or less where it's like, I really kind of fell in love with it and was trying and fell out of love with title. Like, wanted to see more. I know my son was diagnosed with autism, and so when they do, they're like, here's your resources, and you're like, cool, what do I do? And so you really just kind of have to dive in. And again, there's so much support when you're looking and connecting and networking. So kind of was just looking for it, and of course there was a LinkedIn, because when you're like taking a break from work, all of a sudden then you need money. So definitely found it, and it was something where it was like, it's so pretty. Look at this, like all these magazines. There's so much pictures, and it was where I kind of had my business in DTC, where that's kind of where, I mean, come on, we love DTC, 15 minutes from everything.
Exactly.
Exactly. I tell people I live near DTC, but it is something where Centennial, they're like, hey, it's available, and so it was something where it's like this hidden community, like where people talk about it, they vote. I mean, we made #2 is the best place to live, but it is where it's like there's so much businesses and small businesses and community support where people don't realize it. And so I was helping out another publication try to launch and everything, and it didn't have the fill, like where the businesses, I mean, like we're the capital of BNI, you know that, right? Like everybody meets in Centennial because pretty much Centennial is DTC. But it was, I mean, right away when I was just trying to launch, you had the mayor reaching out, Stephanie Pico was reaching out like, hey, I did this, everybody was, it was kind of like, it's exciting and kind of, I mean, it was not easy. I cried a lot. A little less every day, but
Welcome to starting your
I
own
think
business.
most entrepreneurs cry a lot.
okay, so
true.
it's normal, right?
Absolutely.
exactly,
We were
exactly.
in tears last night. It's very normal.
I know. I think the night before I was like, what if I just, go off this Cherry Creek Dam? Like,
Oh gosh, that took a dark turn. Jeez.
Sorry about that.
This is why we love it, the authenticity. We can't harp on that
I'm
anymore.
glad you didn't do that. We'd be sitting here wondering where you are. Like,
I know.
is this going
I
on?
was
Exactly.
but so literally it's been where you built it from scratch, like, and it is something where, you see it and you see the growth, and it went from, so I think I tell everybody, like, when I was prospecting, like going after the businesses, you go in from like sliding into people's DMs. Yeah, I was that creep, like, hey, you want to meet? Like, it's fine, but it
Now
was.
she just shows up to your house.
Yeah, now I'm like at your business, like, hey, did you see this? You want to meet? But it is where coming and building something where now people know about you, but it's also connecting. So, like, yes, the chamber's huge, that's also, but the BNI, which I mentioned, like, I was just recently, like, I joined, I was a BNI hopper, business network.
Yes.
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 International. And it was where you're visiting it and you're seeing, like, these local businesses want to be in front of, so, like, they do a lot. They do a lot, like I just witnessed too, where it's like, you're crying. You're trying to see what it is. Like, do I be on Instagram? Do I, like, whatever it is, but you need to market yourself, and you have to, like, really showcase it. Like, oh, I'm just word of mouth. Okay, but sometimes that word of mouth is going to see something prettier, something more sparkly, and you just need to kind of, like, you need to just be relevant. So even with it, like, I look at Instagram as like, yeah, posting. I mean, I still forget to post them all personal, but
What is the personal Instagram? I have no idea.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but I got like 5,000 followers.
I'm not shocked. You're amazing.
It was where title too, where when I'm teaching realtors, it's like, you have to be like, no one, like, maybe you get it. I mean, I won't say anything. I won't speak for any realtors, but it's staying relevant, staying top of mind. And so coming back to this, I know I'm just jumping all over the place, so you can wrangle this in.
No, you're doing great. You're speaking very, very on point, very poignantly. So absolutely.
Yeah, staying relevant. And with what we're trying to do, like the network, the connections. Oh yeah, I was talking about BNI. Let's go back there. But it's like, hey, all these small businesses, like, that are, everybody's trying to find a way. And really it is, word of mouth is great, but it's also connecting, networking, knowing people, meeting people. And we're all in the community. Like, you're looking at, I'm like, yeah, our readership is, 58,000, no big deal. But
That's enormous.
it's enormous.
That's good.
Yeah. I mean, from launching last year, right in 2024 is when you guys launched. I am floored by how much ground you all have covered. I mean, I don't know any other publication that has gotten off to where you guys are in a very short period of time. That's fabulous.
It is.
Well, it speaks volumes to you both. of how that worked. But no, I love it's so on target what you just talked about. Marketing, branding, getting in front of people. I mean, people need to see and hear about you. That's why I was so excited when I got to meet you. I'm like, oh my gosh, because what you guys are doing
Texted her, like, right
is
after I met her. I'm
it
like,
is. I was like, we have to connect because
Yeah.
it's so important to stay relevant. So you have the social media, you have the interviews and podcasts, you have radio, you have TV, you have magazine readership, you have networking. All of this, people need to see you in all these different mediums to get to know you, like you, and trust you, right? I mean, that's
Exactly.
kind of what it is. And I don't care what business you have, that is across the board that you have to be somehow marketing yourself. And what I love about what you guys are doing is it's unique. And it's hard in sometimes today's worlds because you have to cover all that ground. I mean, when I picked up your magazine, for all of you, those that are just listening, this is so amazing. And I'm holding up my favorite, Centennial City Lifestyle, because I want to get
Deputy Gray.
into, I
Is
mean,
that because there's a attractive law enforcement officer on it?
with a dog.
Yes.
Oh, it's a dog for
We
you.
were trying to get him to have
all
a
is great.
cowboy hat because Arapahoe County now has cowboy hats. You know, it's optional.
It's
It's optional, but I know as soon as I posted with another, they're like, "Oh, you know, it's pretty fun."
That is probably definitely one of our most
yeah,
liked covers.
Most
yeah.
liked
Wanted
covers.
to buy the
Yeah.
cover.
Absolutely.
I totally get it. And it's what I love too is it's a high quality magazine. I mean, it is beautiful from the cover to the back.
Nice and
And-
thick paper. And
Exactly.
I
I
love
mean-
how you still have the magazine because
I mean, I'm
so
just gonna,
much
like,
over the
close
last
that.
many years, magazines have gone away. And I love going through a magazine instead of being on my phone all the time.
Do you remember when you used to collect them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
You'd get magazine subscriptions, you'd collect them, exactly.
I think
Yeah.
print marketing is definitely making a comeback. Because I think people are sick of being on their phones all the time
I
and
think so,
always
too.
scrolling.
Exactly.
And it's
Something
there's something
tangible.
about filling, you know, the paper between your hands and flipping through
Well,
it.
it is, and especially so like when I'm on the board or when I was first the social committee, you're getting the newsletter. It's about your community. I'm obviously gonna read it because one, it's right on my gate, you know, and you want to see what neighbor one said about neighbor two, you know.
That's what next door's for.
I mean, that's kind of negative. I'm like, oh, let's see, but now it's more personal because next
Yeah.
door it's like, oh, another community, but I want to know what's going on in my community,
Right.
you know. And it is like you do, like I'm not, you know, like so, like let's just see every single time you get like value coupon or something in the mail, you're like, let me see what moved in, like what, you know, what restaurants here, what's
Who's
doing
new
it,
on the block,
you know.
yeah.
And it is something, but like having this, like people aren't going to, and like it was actually really cool because I was probably like 4 months after I launched, I went to a coffee shop because we also leave it like 500 businesses as well as like additional ones where we're making friends and relationships with local coffee shops, you know, nail shops, all of this. And I saw my original one at Coffee 303. I was like, so I was in like a middle of talking to Aaron, I think it was, and I was like, oh, look, it's still here, you know, like because people like collect them, and it's like it's meant to be a table piece statement.
It is. So we had other publications out there, and we had the previous Nuggets mascot in here a couple days ago, and I walked in. I'm like, he took all of their magazines.
Yeah.
He literally he did. I'm like, we have to get more because he picked them up and he was like, oh, I'm taking these. I'm like, okay. We kind of like them too.
And
but
what were you
it's-
going to do? Say no
Say
to Ken
no.
Solomon? I mean, come on.
Yes. We love you, Ken.
Take as many as you want.
Exactly. It's like it's so appealing that they're like, we're going to take these home with us. So
I love that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so Ken, I hope you're enjoying some Centennial City lifestyle.
Call us
Call
another
us.
June, yeah.
Exactly. We need a spread
We
on the
have this like
Nuggets.
because
So,
we're
yeah.
themed, so call us June for Gens.
Yeah.
You have
That's
some more
true.
beautiful fans here,
I know
Ken.
it. And Danielle, you're a huge part of this too. What is kind of your backstory? What led you to help with the magazine and with Megan?
So I've been in marketing design for years, over 22 years. And I've, of course, been on Facebook and a good friend with Krista Simonson. And she posted this thing on who's looking for help on our South Denver Strong group on Facebook. And Megan happened to be looking for somebody. And I was like, oh,
posted.
that's something I can do. Like, I'll help out. I just thought it was going to be this little side gig, you know, like just this little, on my free time.
Surprise.
Yeah.
Attention. No. I want attention.
Yeah, no, it's turned into, it's been awesome. Though. It's been so much fun because just the people we've met, the partners and stuff like that. And just, it's Megan and I, that's it, that puts this thing together, which is kind of hard to believe. But I don't know, it's just so much fun. We got into it, and so what I do is pretty much help out with the layout, figure out word counts. Now I've turned into a
puts me in my
writer, which
place.
I've never really done before, so that's been interesting. So I get to do writing, pick out the photos, pick out the cover.
These are amazing. I
Yes.
mean, the layout isn't it funny that you think business is going to be one thing and you go, oh, just kidding. It's a whole
Well,
nother,
originally
whole nother
it
thing.
was
I mean,
funny.
these are beautiful.
When we're talking, like I was supposed to, I kind of like I wasn't very successful with past hiring people, you know, and so I was like, I'm just doing it my way. Like I want this, and totally was going. I don't want a writer. I don't want this. I want, you know. And she's like graphic design. I'm like, yeah, I like pretty things too. And she told me, she's like, I don't like to write. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Now we're writing.
She's like, I'm just more like, I just like, who does the ads, you know? And I'm like, I mean, we can. And then all of a sudden it's like where she just dove into it and literally I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done it without her. Like she puts me in my place. And
I do. I have to will
love
Megan
it.
back sometimes. I'm like, no, that's not what we're doing.
why do we do this?
It's just, yeah. The ads, it's fun. Like I said, I'll go back through ads sometimes and be like, you know, let's call this partner. I'm not really too thrilled with how their ad looked last month. And
Yeah, you can.
I take
revamp
it and I just revamp it. And I'm like, this is what you're using.
Well, I am so grateful for people like that. Josh is the creative person for sure. And I'm more the writer. I'm like, it's here, black and white. Here you go, pretty it up.
Yeah.
So, and I love that mines can do that and make my sludge look a little prettier at the end of the day. So I am so grateful that you both can do that.
And I'm curious how the interview went too, because ever since you guys walked in this office, this is just fun. You guys are really feeding off of each other.
I told you.
Danielle, how was the interview? I mean, was this just the greatest fun?
What was the
Like,
Yeah,
We
let's
were
hear it
at-
from her point of view.
Yeah, so we met at a coffee shop and she walked in. I was like, oh, she's cool. I think I could dig this chick. And we hung out. And yeah, I think we clicked, honestly, right away. It didn't even feel like an interview.
Can't
It
even
almost
tell.
just-
This is the magazine.
yeah, she was like,
This is what
this
I
is what it
like.
is. I was like, girl, I got you. It was easy.
This is what I don't want.
Yeah, but I was like, but I'm not a writer if that's what you're looking for.
I said, no, there's people.
And we did. We had a few people, and we decided we could do it better.
No,
Just
but-
with ourselves, because we know what we're looking for and what we want. And we do have some fantastic writers, though.
We do.
We do. So
We-
don't
There is,
get us wrong.
I think it is. So like and here's kind of the difference when we're saying that is when you read these stories, like it's short, it's fun. Like we are nothing but positivity. Like it's not a five, you know, a New York journal, like trying to develop we have no opinions, you know, like it's really, we want to be the go-to where it's just happy and positive.
Right.
So it's easy reading where people can literally read this, you know, unless, I mean, I don't know. I don't read, I audible. But it's like less than an hour, you know, just to kind of get it. And we're really mostly pictures, if that makes sense. So
Well, we want it to be eye-catching. We want it to grab their attention, but we want to get the point across of who you are.
and
You
then
know, so
you
we
will
could feature
value.
some of our nonprofits or other businesses and companies. And hey, this is what they can do for you. This is why they're great. Reach out to them.
I agree. And I wanted to delve into that because you both are super involved in the community, which is, I love it. So, okay, I'm holding this up again because why not? At this point. So, and you had mentioned, Megan, your kiddo is autistic. Tell us about this cover because I love.
So yes, and that's where I was really excited. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of Back the Blue or SR, the School Resource Officer. So it's a Arapahoe County thing, you know, but what I fell in love with, so I met Diane. She's pretty much the one that finds the dogs that's in Centennial for the Rapo and like trains them. So we, after much research, we found out that there's two different kinds of dogs. One, the badass dogs, the ones that are gonna, the drug dogs, like finding that. But there's also school resource officers. So these dogs, and it really does, because like my son, his autism is not for the weak heart. I mean, I don't know, like you just deal with it, but there's a lot of meltdowns. There's a lot of, stuff where it's beyond the control. So they're therapy dogs where it's not just for autism, it's for a whole bunch of stuff. So they go to the school and they're all over. And again, I'd have to look at it because, again, I read, but it's to memorize all the schools that they're at. Because I was like, so you guys are going to be at my kid's school? What's going on? But Deputy Great did sign it with Rex, as signature too. But it's to be able to tell people like this is a nonprofit, and there's a really big meaning behind it and how to do it. And so we do work a lot, or we do work them. I'm very close with Diane there. And it's like, just to see kind of how amazing, like I said, Centennial is. Like the community, Arapahoe County, the sheriffs, like it's something where that's really cool to know that those dogs are going around where kids that have this. Like, and it's not inside any Cherry Creek. Well, I think there's a lot more different ones. I'm just not going to be fact checked right now. So
yeah, all good. Well,
Yeah.
I'm drawn to it too.
Yeah.
My background is a lot of nonprofit
And
work.
that's where we wanted to connect, too.
I agree. So yeah, if you're hearing this and you're a nonprofit and I haven't reached out to you, I'm amazed at this point. But my dog was a therapy dog as well that
Yeah.
went into nursing homes and schools. So I absolutely love that you've connected with that. Again, it's not only a nonprofit involvement, but to get the community involved. And you both are extreme go-getters, which I absolutely love about you guys. And it's to really connect people. Like the second I met you, it's like, we have to go and and it's what it takes, I think, and you do a fabulous job. So the community involvement speaks volumes. And again, I'm going to hold it up because
You absolutely
Their
love
kids
the
and
dog.
pets issue. If you don't have a copy, you can go online.
So
exactly.
you guys are online too.
We are,
if you
yes.
did not have the print,
Yes.
Which is cool. I mean, you kind of have to these days. But I want to talk a little bit also about how you got your magazine out there. I mean, who you went to when it comes to businesses, when it comes to nonprofit, because I mean, you said 15,000.
no,
59,000.
59,000
In a year and a
okay.
half. It is just insane.
Well,
And-
and
yeah.
it is numbers. So we're mailed to the more affluent homes. So I mean, like it is homes that are priced 700,000 to 4 million. Just going there. But you went into the digital. Sorry, what was the question again?
Yeah, because you guys are online
Yeah.
as well.
How you reached out?
yeah.
How you
Yeah.
built this?
I told you I slid into people's DMs like, hey.
Okay, without the creepy
Do you want to know my
stalker
note thing?
stuff.
Like, hi, I'm Megan. I own Centennial City Lifestyle. I would love to learn more about your business. Like, want to connect and collaborate in the community. And some people actually bid, believe it or not.
Of course.
I am so gonna do that.
And sliding into someone's DM.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
Okay.
I need to know what a DM is first, but I'm okay with sliding in different areas.
Oh. Okay. Well, it takes
is her
sliding
only
into
favorite.
areas. True. It's direct messaging, by the
direct
way.
messaging. I like you.
Wow. Help me, ladies and gentlemen. This is my
Direct
world.
message. So is Instagram. Mostly that's
yes.
what I was doing. Facebook, again. So I have to be, I think we talked about this. I don't know. Discount marketing gets you discount clients. That also applies to discount prospecting. Gets you, and so it's a little bit harder where, like, again, you're looking at it next door. Like, I did, because, like, there's a lot of, so City Lifestyle is a franchise. And I own the Centennial one. We have, like, Parker, we have Highlands Ranch, and there is something where, it's they're telling you what to do and you're kind of getting advice like this is this. They're like, oh, go on to next door, and you go next door, and it's like, what, to like kind of prospect businesses, and it's like those are businesses that aren't really wanting to market. It is something where it's harder. So Instagram's there, but I kind of felt that way with Facebook too. It wasn't until like you actually get on. So Chris Simonson, David Simonson, the South Denver Strong, where you're seeing the business talking and seeing the face behind the business.
For sure.
Where you're like, this person. Oh, so it's not just this restaurant. There's an actual person behind it.
And I agree. I completely agree with that because I've always said that people do business with people.
Yes.
They don't do business with just a business to do
Yes.
it. It's all about the connections. And that's why, Sarah is all over when it comes to, Chamber of Commerce, and she absolutely loves it. I like it. I'm getting used to it.
You want to get into a B&I with me? You want to come to my group?
Why not?
Let's do it.
All right,
Thursdays,
let's do it. I like
6-degree
it.
connections.
Is it in the morning? I have the morning
No,
show.
that's what's great about it. It's
Okay,
from
good.
11 to 1. Yeah, I have a
Perfect.
morning show. this little thing.
Exactly. You're not getting out of this.
No.
So, yeah.
no, okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
He's like,
But-
great, now I have a date.
But no, it is all about the connections and all about learning somebody. That's why we love the interviews so much, learning who they are, what they went through, why they even started this, especially with nonprofits too.
Yeah.
Because there's a passion behind all of that.
It is. And I think mine is the community. To be able to bring it, and again with my kids, it's being able, that's why I was so big on the parent committee and the social committee. They laugh at me, but it's having them to be able to know somebody, hey, that donut guy that's been there for 25 years, the donut house, awesome place. They want to be also in the front, the same in front, and let me talk again, in front of the same audience. And so to have that where they know, again, the people, that's kind of what drove me is and plus I like pretty things,
I like pretty things.
I like pretty things, but it is really kind of just growing the community and connections. And that's where, I really have a passion for.
We can tell. And for those of you just joining in, we have two gals from Centennial City Lifestyle. You guys are in front of 58,000 plus readers per month, which is absolutely amazing.
That's awesome.
6,500 homes that you are delivering to. How many businesses are you at as well?
So 500 businesses
500
where we are
businesses.
delivered to, and then I
Okay.
get an additional 500 copies to.
Okay. To whoever wants it. Because when people come and steal them from us because they're so beautiful, I'm like, hey, you need to bring us a couple more.
It's true. It's where you just literally we leave them at coffee. You build that relationship too. So that wasn't easy either because there was a couple coffee shops that threw mine away, and I was like, do you know how much that costs? But it's ones where I came back. They're like, no, we want it. Come on. They did from Milano's Coffee. We're going to Bell. Our what is it? La Belle French Bake. And it's all these ones in the relationship coffee 303 where you're doing it, and I'll leave some too. I'll be like I went to Blue Moon Coffee or Moon Coffee, and I left one. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone's going to grab it and be like, okay, what is this?
It's high volume.
And is there, where can somebody, let's say somebody's listening and is just I kind of want to check out this magazine. Where can they get a hold of a copy?
Well, it is February 19th. So last time I checked last month I only had one copy left when I was at Milano's. So they can go online.
Go online and check it out.
They can go online. We are digital as well. So you'll see every single one of our articles are online. Every single one of the magazines are online. All of our partners that are trusted, and we'll circle back to those because those are great people. But they're all online to view.
Nice.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's citylifestyle.com/centennial. For those of you that are listening, go check it out. I would love to get into your partners. I mean, again, I love that you say slide into people's DMs, but there's I know that there's so much more that you are doing because the amount of growth has been exponential. I was actually trying to graph this in my mind. I'm like, it's like that.
Yes.
There's no little slow, steady growth with you guys. So you guys are a dynamic team with your writers. And I love your partners. I mean, I personally want to shout out to Framed Art. I absolutely love Brian. He's fabulous. He's part of the Inglewood Chamber where I know him. Another guy who's so involved in the community. But you guys, the reason that these stand out to me is they are aligned with you guys. It is, we want really good coverage. We want amazing advertising, and we're really involved in the community. So that's a tribute to you guys and to your partners.
Brian's great.
So yeah, it's wonder. I mean, you have so many of them. I mean, I do. I'm just blown away by you guys.
So it
This is
wasn't
cool.
easy because, like when I was going around meeting people, I'm like holding up one that says like city lifestyle. I'm like, believe me, it's going to say Centennial. I promise. Like it's going to be so pretty and great and everybody's going to love it. And they're like, I'm sure, Now I'm like, I told you it's going to be pretty.
Exactly.
But it is where, so the partners, and again, that is something where they're the ones that helped me with this magazine. They're the ones that believed in me and they believe the power behind it. Plus they know like this is, their trust, like my name is on this and I say that. And that's again, why I go to the chamber, I go to the BNI meetings, because now I get to meet, the people behind it. Cause it's so hard when you're trusting like different services, you don't know who to go to. You can go to Google, but then that's paid for, that's sponsored. What is it? Like, let me check out the reviews. Like literally was trying to buy a hair curler for myself the other day. That. And it's like looking at the reviews, doing this because you don't know what's authentic and what really is. Like these partners are somebody that want to be in the community and have that purpose behind them.
Exactly.
So again, like Brian, we made friends. I did slide into his DM. I was like, hey, you want to meet? And it's great. And we, again, that mutual connection where he does a lot with biking. Well, guess what? My best friend works at Primal Wear, and he's like, oh, this. And it was great with that. But like Brain Care Performance Center, like, the meaning behind that, again, with my son, like there's with autism, you're diving into it. And I told him, like, I was like, I don't know where I've heard from you, like about once or two, but I was like, there's this one other place than Children's Hospital. Like, so there's multiple places. I don't remember it all, but I know Children's Hospital referred you, and that connection and their purpose behind it is huge. Have you heard of Brain Performance Center? And Brainwaves, like it's incredible. They just did it on my son. And then he has an inflamed frontal lobe. But it's just,
I love you. Oh, I can't wait till happy hour. If you guys want to come hang out with us at happy hour to continue this conversation, you're welcome to join.
Yes.
Can you imagine these two girls with some cocktails?
That's why I don't drink anymore. I mocktails because you don't want this.
Yeah.
I would love to
with
be
you.
in their office for a little while, just listening in.
yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
But no, the partners behind it, like they're some of the, like they're really in the community, and that's what's huge. So you're getting it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna just look at it. Where they're part of they're the ones also introduced me to BNI groups where I went in there and they're coming into it. So you have to go through this process, this interview process to actually be in a BNI group. So that's where you get the trusted, where you're like, hey, let's see what's doing it. But they're like, come to this. And that's where they know they come to every event that we go to. Like, because we're also, besides the magazine, we're giving them another platform to be more a part of the community. Like the whole purpose is to show off that you're a part of the community.
Right.
That you're not just an ad.
Right.
So, but no, I was like, hold on, let me get out my list to talk about it.
happy hours
But
have grown.
it was like, so like Aeonic Garage, they're one that I met through BNI too, where it's like, it wasn't like, that was still sliding. Like I met them and I was like sliding into like, hey, and it was Donovan and Bobby over there. And it's great where I remember when I met with him and he literally was like, it doesn't work. I'm in this other one. And I'm like, and you're talking, and it is where we're not just throwing your face on this magazine. We're customizing your marketing kind of strategy or whatever. It's like, hey, we'll tell you, or like, hey, we'll tell you if your baby's ugly, but but they want that because like sometimes they're like, hey, like, and he's too, he'll tell me, but I was just kidding. But
we've had to do it quite a bit the last couple months.
You've had to say someone has an ugly baby.
It's hard. Like you have your ad is supposed to tell a story. Donovan's is great because I've done all of his, except mine is Carrie did his this month. But it is where like his, like his logo is garage doors. Like you kind of look at a partner, let's say, and he's like, hey, like, what is your, like, what do you make? Honestly, like, how do you build up revenue? Is it garage doors or is it servicing? And he's like, hey, it's servicing. And you're like, okay, well, your logo just says garage doors. So we need to focus on service, to be able to dive in where it's like, I'm not going to, belittle any other one. Like our publication's always better. It's my favorite, but it is also like no matter what, you're getting that branding. You're getting out in front of people. And it is where you're like going over things where the space in the ad, because we're not the cheapest, like we are mailed to all of those homes and the post office keeps going up, so why not? Where's that? But it's literally trying to deliver a message and a clear message. And so Instagram has the videos. You have this. Don't list all your services on there. Like, let's talk about kind of like one service at a breadcrumbs,
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, what you're talking about is absolutely, it's quality and to be unique. I mean, we have that too. We have Optimized Wealth Strategies. He's a financial advisor. We have an IT One Services. And Rocky Mountain Credit Card. I've also, met all of them through either Chamber or BNI, 5280 Metal Supply. And it's to make it, to kind of dangle the carrot there and to make you look really sexy. I never thought, I actually say that when I'm on air. I never thought a metal roof would be sexy, but damn, it really can be.
Go on.
And
I've seen
it's
some nice ones.
See,
they talk
there
slow?
you go. Yeah, I mean, if you can have an ugly baby, you can have a sexy roof. Let's just throw it on out there. But it's like, what do you do? What sets you apart? Because it is branding, marketing, and how people are going to see you in that split second.
yeah.
And what are they going to read? Because you also are doing, and I hope I'm saying this right, editorials.
Yes.
Am I saying that
Editorials.
right? Okay.
We
good.
tell stories.
You do tell stories, but I like that it's like you said, optimistic and positive, and it's putting all of them in a great light. And honestly, it's really easy with the people that you are partnered with because they are amazing companies.
The difference is like when I was kind of like you're giving value. So when we write the editorial, and I don't know, I with our magazine, like different, we all have our little twist, in the city lifestyle family, but it is where we want our partners to look like, they are like, you're with us for a reason. Like, tell us and give us some value. So like Michelle from Infamous Physique, when she did her story, she's talking about protein, like especially on the first, which was our health issue. Tell us why it's why it's so important. Like BFAB, beautiful face and body. I call them BFAB, because it's like, hey, like what ages is your skin? Because us women, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get whatever. Like, what's this? But it's like, what certain age? What do you do? Because there is where when we talk to them too, where you're the best at what you do. You know it, but I don't know it. So like Gutter Brothers, I love him to death. He's great, and he's like box spitter and all this. And I'm like, I didn't have gutters on my house for 5 years, so I don't know any of this. Like, coming from someone who didn't know HVAC versus duct cleaning, it's like, dumb it down for me. Keep it simple. Like, let's keep it basic because that's what's going to draw them in. And it is nice to know it, but we want
And that's
you.
that's their customers.
Yeah.
They're the basic.
Yes.
If they knew about it, they don't need you.
Oh yeah,
You
like
know?
there is
Exactly.
yeah, like and it is where we're like having like I'm like let me just see this where we're like hey I'm like you can't see it and it's like hold on I'm like drawing a brain I can't think right
It's
now
all good. You're doing great.
I'm sweating a
No,
little bit.
you're totally good. No, I love where you're going too. We all it's a couple.
That's what it's
Yeah.
like.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, Team Speed, where it's like, like what they do in the community. Like, I'm like,
Right.
we're giving us where people like, oh, I didn't know I can have my kids go run out and just get their energy out. But yeah, so I'm just like, hold on, I need to have something in my hand.
But I mean,
No,
it's fantastic. Our next issue is going to be our home issue. And we've grown so much. We've actually went up like 8 pages.
Yeah.
It's the biggest one that we've had yet.
Wow, from February to March.
From February to March.
Yeah, that is
So
significant.
It's going to be the biggest
That's
edition we
amazing.
have.
You
So
guys are killing
we've
it.
been,
I love
we've
it.
been celebrating that.
Yeah.
But, oh my gosh, did that put a lot of pressure on us.
Nice.
This last
She didn't
month, we were
cry.
just like,
Well,
how are we
well,
going to get this out?
dabble it a little without giving too much away, because this isn't released yet. So we're getting
it's
close.
not. We're still going over edits.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
still going.
We have
Oh,
one
for
more
sure.
round.
So it's
No,
not even
that's great.
printed yet.
No.
It's not finalized. Okay.
Yes.
No, that's what we've been stressing getting out the last couple weeks, and finalizing ads and stuff like that was just the other day. So now we can breathe for about a week. Until then, we go until
Yeah.
April's.
Gotcha.
But yeah, our home edition is our home issue.
It's
There's going to be some fantastic partners in there. Everything from
landscaping to
xeriscaping,
kitchens. Like we're-
roofing.
closets.
Oh my gosh! Yes, our new partner, new box.
Organization.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's huge. And where we also so like Room Refined, she's amazing. Like so she's giving and because everybody wants to know about spring cleaning, But there's also where we kind of talked to we talked to the partners. We're like, hey, this is where people are going to keep this around a lot more. Where I'm telling them to use it as our Pinterest board, pretty things. So a lot of the partners, I'm like, upgrade to a full page right now. Let's do an editorial. So you're going to see like huge where it's like we had like Justin Hill from Apex Windows. I'm like, answer those questions about door or about windows and doors. You know, like give us some top ones, but we'll make it pretty for you. You know, or like bumblebee blinds. Like let's talk about it because it is where when we talk to people, you know, it's like, hey, how do we make it fun and engaging? Where I mean, I don't have any. Like I can't keep. I have a attention span like a squirrel. Like I've been called that.
That is very true.
I forget what I'm talking about while I'm talking about
I
it.
love that. I know why you guys meld very, very well. It's good to have a partnership that someone's like, yeah, you're a total nut job. Like, you are
Sometimes
off
I'm
your
like,
rocker.
Megan, okay, stop.
Yeah.
No, we're going back.
Oh, yeah.
Woosah.
Wheel it in.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it is cool. Like, we're,
yeah.
yeah, our IT guy, we get to go smash the living hell out of stuff next week, and I can't wait.
Oh my gosh,
Do
where are you going?
Do you want to go do it? So
Yes.
it's IT1
Yes.
Services, and he does security and of course IT work, and I know nothing about technology.
Anything with
and,
computers,
yeah, I know very little, and I'm like, guys, thank God for my team, and you just press the button and it goes, right? And I'm like, you know what I want to go do is smash the living crap out of computers. And he's like, I got you covered.
As we call an office space.
Thank you.
I know.
An
Yes.
office
Oh my God,
space.
see,
I
you and
wanted
we really get movies.
I actually wanted to open that business and call it like a rage room. And I was like, we
Yeah.
need to make this.
They
And
have
then
them.
years later, they
yeah,
have them.
you
Yep.
smash crap.
I could
It's
be
so
a millionaire
fun.
right now.
I'm down. It's
Let's
so
do it.
it's so fun. You get to go smash stuff against a
Oh
wall.
my gosh, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Or
And
have you done axe
I
throwing?
knew you were going
Love
there.
it.
Axe throw. It's
I-
amazing.
That's
Yes.
I said it.
yeah.
You got to get that rage out.
Yes.
I'm in such good company. But again, it's to market them very uniquely and sexy, because when people think maybe like HVAC, it's like, yay, how do we market this to make it really appealing?
Let's make
and be like,
you the pro.
You know, it's real
Exactly.
sexy when you're sweating when it's out.
Yeah.
exactly.
You
So,
work it
yeah,
so
you
hard
like
from all
HVAC
that.
then.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it is where, and that's the thing with like the home services. It's hard. As a consumer, it's hard to find trusted certain. I mean,
Exactly.
it's very hard, and you're like, oh, I can do this. Like, are they going to upcharge me? What are they going to do? And that's where like when I meet with the partners. And literally they think they're interviewing me, you know, like it's like I'm interviewing you. So it's like to see that, and these partners that we have, they're trusted. They're not gonna like overcharge and like BS you. Like it's like they know what it is and they have it, where that's where I really love to partner with them, where they're going to tell you like if you need to replace something or do it, like no, you don't need to, you know, and to have that. But yeah, again, that's the squirrel moment.
Oh, no, I agree. To vet your people is really important.
Yeah.
Because like you said, your name is on the line. Our name is on the line too. When we have people come in here and we're endorsing them, it's like we know these people really well.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, they're in the community. I know where they are. I know where they are. I'm stalking them every single moment of every single day.
Yes. Hey, girl.
You're not here. Where are you?
Well, and I think that's the big difference between, say, like a coupon book or something like that, and somebody who really has that relationship where it's like, oh, you want coupons? Okay, yeah, just send us your information.
Yeah.
There you go.
See, and then these
You know.
people like that we're mailing to, not these people, like this community, like they are being the more affluent homes. You know, it's where you don't got to price haggle with them. You know, you don't have to like, you do see it. I'm like, hey, you can offer this, you can do this. Cause again, they're like, we need a track. And I'm like, throw on this for City Lifestyle, you know, all the readers and stuff. But yeah, you're right. It's like these people, they don't have to have the coupon.
Right. You're getting
Right.
quality.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And
you're
you already know that.
1,000% I will pay more if I get it done and I know it's right.
Exactly.
I
do
don't
too.
care. It
My-
doesn't matter.
My kid gets secondhand because
Oh, yeah.
that's what he's going to get. But
Because they don't treat stuff good,
Exactly.
okay?
You're going to throw
We
it.
don't have
You're
nice
gonna-
things when we have boys.
Amen. I love you, Ethan. But it's if
Love you, Justin.
I know.
and Gavin and Michaela.
We love our children.
Matt Sarah Squad.
But exactly, like it's good to know that you are getting quality.
Yes.
Right.
And these people are vetted. You know, it's similar to what you're doing. It's to network. It's what I did with South Metro. I was like, there are 800 companies in this chamber, and I slide into their email box too. I'm like, hey, I want to go meet with you for coffee. That's what I did with you. I'm like, tell me about you.
Yeah.
And it creates that bond. Be like, where are you going? And let's go connect and help each other. And that creates the bond and
We
the
had
relationships.
breakfast.
We did have breakfast.
It was so good. I
If
love
I'm
organic.
eating with someone, that's like, man.
We broke bread.
We did break bread. I loved her from the moment. I was like, I just
I
want
can't
to.
tell at all.
I know all my emails. I'm like, I love you. Can I just come? We need to hang out all the time. So because it's
But like you said, you'd pay more. I mean, a lot of times it's like you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
That is absolutely true.
So, I mean, that right there is the biggest thing, because a lot of times you're just like, oh, I just want the lowest cost. Well, you're going to get the lowest quality.
Well, and that's when people are, they're like, so I have to bring this up because it is where I just, like, it's like, oh, well, you're only mailed to this and da da da. It's like, we're mailed to the people that aren't going to throw us out. And like when you're saying, I had to bring up cost, because it is where people are like, how much are you, and it's literally where you're mailed to, like, you're not just getting where it's mailed to people's home. Like, you're getting Danielle and I. You're getting in front of these connections. Like, you have so much opportunities of networking, everything like that. Like, we're putting you in front of the community.
Right.
Where, we're not discount marketing gets you discount clients. So we're going to really, I told her, I was like, God, we do a lot. Like,
I relate 100%. It's
Yeah.
like we become the fill-in marketing person.
Yes.
You now you don't have to go pay someone to do your social media. That's a large price tag. If you hire on
I know
another
someone.
sales associate and marketing, because we're out there talking about our partners. So you have that added value where a lot of different companies don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You go in and you're done and that's it. And you're never talked about again. But when you are partnered with people that are really involved in the community, huge added whatever I'm trying to think of value.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You're getting more
insurmountable.
connections. I tell people it's like
Exactly.
a funnel. Like, you have multiple funnels. Like, you have the bread and butter is always going to be our print. You'll have that. We'll have digital. We even have options to do promotions online. You can run promotions. You can blog. You can do all that fun stuff, But if you're not going to use it, then don't.
Right.
Like, there's certain things. But it's also like, you're also going to have the networking events, which, like that tonight, where it's like, we're putting you in front of the readers, like the actual readers,
Exactly.
where you're not just you're coming in. You're also going to have like BNI connections, chamber connections. Hey, you need to, like, literally when I sit down with somebody, you need to meet this person, this person, this person, for this person, like, just connect them. And that's how our partners are too, where I have them reach out. Who's in the, Michelle, I love her. So who's one of our partners? Who can I use for this, And it's stuff like that where you're building those relationships within it. Because I can hand it, my mom should be retired. Just kidding, Mom. Love you. But yeah, you should. She's listening. But it's like property manager where
Hi,
she's
Megan's
like,
mom.
I need this person. I need this person. I need this person. Great. Here's this. Like, because she'll use the partners because she's my number one supporter.
Well, that's good. But it is to have your, built-in network. And can people still come this evening? Is it open?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well,
We're going to be
yeah.
at the Social Bar and Lounge, the Centennial location it's Broadway and Dry
I know.
Creek.
I was like, so South Village Park.
Yes.
Here it is. We're gonna find
Steve,
out.
the owner, has been fantastic. We actually met with him last month because we did for our February issue, we wanted to do a date night article. And we got with Krista, and she helped us on the South Denver Food group
Yep.
on Facebook,
Yes.
which I love. I'm part of.
I told her today, I'm like, why am I not going to eat with you all the time?
I know.
Like,
yeah,
I'm going to start,
the supper clubs are amazing. I love it. So anyway, we reached out on there and got everybody's like vote. Like, where's your favorite place? So we do reach out, on social media. We don't just pick people to pick them.
No,
like
it's awesome.
We want to know what the community likes. And and Social Bar was the winner for best place for cocktails. And we walked in there and
We were just getting we're like, we need some pictures for this, like, you got nominated. He's like, Steve is great.
Yeah.
What do you mean I got nominated? What are you trying to sell me? And I'm like, no, I really want to meet you. I promise. That's when you slide into people's DMs. You get those responses. But then when he met it, and it was just instant where he's like, this is neat. Like, this is something where you literally got nominated.
yeah. And so he's hosting our happy hour tonight.
No, it's nice.
So
Yeah.
it's going to be a great time.
We started those happy hours probably we started it last month. So it's like, hey, we were doing it just with the partners. And I'm like, hey, I know someone has access to ad space, and we're like, let's see what happens. And did a small one at LaDrone's Winery, gorgeous. Oh my God, it's the best place too. And it's like, let's just see what happens, and it came and we're like, this could be something. Like, why not rotate it to give kind of a spotlight on businesses that do get back to the community? Because like tonight, if you come 3 to 6, like Steve's like, oh yeah, I'm going to donate a happy hour for, I have to check it for 10 people. And you're like, where you can raffle off Felony Vodka, who was also in our ones, like they're going to be raffling off, where it's like bringing people that, and you also get to do it where it's just connecting, like no agenda, and it's just 3 to 6 discount on that.
And we'll have
Yeah.
raffles, so we'll have some free
Exactly.
stuff to
All
give
right,
away.
but yeah, people listening. So Social Bar in Littleton. It's 240 Village Park Drive, Suite 100 in Littleton, Colorado, 3 to 6. And us three beautiful women will be there. And Josh, the beautiful man that you are, might be joining us a little bit
They
later.
got mocktails, too.
Yeah, I'm a mocktail. Yeah.
And
got
the
someone with
best
coconut.
cheesecake.
Oh God.
The
I know,
best
there goes
cheesecake.
there's my meal prep
Cheesecake. I'm
days.
telling you, they pour Chambord over it. It's amazing.
That's a bold statement right there. the
Oh,
best
Steve, you
cheesecake.
better have it.
Yes. Steve's gonna be mad at me because it's gonna
He's
sell
like,
out.
so, by the way. Should I email
People
him
get
now?
mad. I got the last piece one time when we went in there, and I'm telling you, you'll get looks
I
you
don't.
take the
Oh, I
last
don't
piece?
care.
if you take the last piece of cheesecake.
We should order it right when we get there.
I know.
Yes.
I'm like, so you're telling me to go in and eat cheesecake right away. That's
Right
what
away.
I'm hearing.
Cheesecake
okay.
for dinner.
Steve, you heard it here. Prepare some cheesecake for us.
All right. I like it.
Cheesecake, mocktails, cocktails, be there, be square.
Yes.
So you guys are obviously you're continuing to grow. You have the home edition coming out in March. Do you already know what's coming out? You do. April, May, you already have planted the seeds. Okay.
And I was gonna ask just real quick. So next month is gonna be like a lot of home stuff, right? Do you have kind of themes
We do.
running throughout each?
We do. We have to
issue?
keep everybody engaged.
Okay. No, I really like
No,
that
it's-
when it comes to the themes. I know that theme is hot men and dogs.
No, it's really the thankful issue.
Oh, okay.
We're thankful for.
Hot men and dogs.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
His wife is going to be like, she's going to be in our women's issue. Don't worry, okay? Well,
Luckiest
Hot
woman
women
in
and cats.
Centennial.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
that's a knee slapper.
Love it.
But no, so next month, April is our investment issue. But I know people are like, what? Like investment, don't worry. We got fun stuff where investment can mean a lot of things, okay? Like we have, I do have it. I'm giving a shout out. I'm like, I don't know. We don't know yet. We got to like keep it on. Because when we say that, we're like, we don't know if all of a sudden someone's going to be like, just kidding. We're not doing this or some, so it's like, okay. But it is where investment is where you can invest in your smile, invest in vacations. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff where we tell the partners, we're like, hey, this is the theme. Make it fun. Your ad catchy. Like if it's love and local, you'll see a lot of hearts in it, but then we have Women of Centennial. So May is for women and then June is for gents, which we want, Rocky to be in. But I guess, that's another story. But
Ken Solomon, you heard it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have like kids and pets, the Explorer issue. They're just fun themes to really kind of like generate something instead of just throwing some hot, even though I'm a hot mess,
so hot.
the magazine's not. Just kidding. I'm not.
I love it. Well, who are your if when people are listening, they're like, "Oh my gosh, my business is perfect." What is the best way that they can get in touch with you, ladies?
Call me.
Call me. Okay. Slide into your DM.
Slide into my DMs.
Why don't you give them your number?
Like Instagram is the Centennial City Lifestyle. Try saying that 3 times fast.
No.
It took me like a month to learn it before I was like, so Centennial City Lifestyle. Okay, let's do it. But you can call me 720-492-3500. Yep, 3500.
I love it. It's an easy one to remember too.
It's perfect.
Man, you scored a really good phone number.
We also have a Facebook page.
Yes.
Instagram, Facebook.
Facebook. I mean, you can also, I post more. So like again, with the whole social media, there's like the personal fan, which personal one, I went viral the other week. So that was fun.
Nice.
1.5 million views, but
Oh, good for you,
There you go.
girl.
but personal Megan De La Rosa, but it's also Centennial City Lifestyle too. We need the followers on Facebook because they're all on the gram.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you also have the media presence too. The not the social media in addition to your website that you have the electronic version, which is great. You're kind of hitting people all over.
Yeah.
Are there certain companies that you really want to be featured? Do you want to plant the seed like you did for? I know the home
the home
edition
issue one
is-
was easy.
The home exactly.
Yeah.
So hey, if you are maybe a CPA, if you're a financial anything, get in the April because it
Yeah.
is tax season.
I mean,
and
definitely.
highlight. So
we do that.
hey,
When you have to, and like when you're thinking of investment, it's like, hey, we want to talk. Like it's more like investing. Like you can even still do investing. We're doing one on Baltic Design Furniture. Like they're brand new, having their showroom to Centennial. So it's like invest in your furniture, like
Boy,
certain,
that's the truth. You're
Like,
going to have it for
certain
20,
topics,
30 years.
like smile and like women too, like we're having the men one, so it's women-owned businesses. That one's where we're really trying to kind of really make pop with it. So like
Yes.
women-owned businesses, men, businesses, well, men, but like anything like cars, like whatever. I don't know what men like.
Whiskey.
Yeah,
Whiskey.
drinking toys.
cars.
Yeah.
What do men
Weird
like?
guns.
Yeah, usually guns, whiskey,
That's what I said,
bourbon,
guns.
sports, cars,
Yeah.
women, I mean,
Men.
yeah. I mean, men invest in women all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is
jewelry,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, invest in jewelry. I like
Jewelry,
it.
we do. Like, that is the one thing where I think it is where we do, like, yeah, you can have it where we've seen it from person. Like, we're not industry exclusive, but we're limited. We're not going to have 4 or 5, the same one. I mean, we might, but it's like, when I do, it's like, hey, find out your differences, for it. But it is where, like, med spas, like, we do need the med spas. We need, I'm like even thinking like dealerships too, because we have a broker, I don't know. I'm like I'm going in on everything. I'm like, let me see, what is my category? I don't have a category list, but
I mean, really, I
was
think
like, it's
anything
somewhere
we're
in
open
corporate.
to.
Yeah.
Definitely for April, we would love to hear from women-owned businesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
where
Oh,
they're
I'm gonna
trying
hook.
to-
I'm gonna hook you up with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we have a lot. I hope we have chamber people listening because man, there's a whole category of just those beautiful women. that
And they
are
know it's
kicking some
marketing.
tush.
Absolutely.
Putting yourself out there and making it like your brand awareness. Like that's what we're trying to do is like, hey, get it known to the community where they just
Exactly.
see it.
Zoe, if you're listening, hey.
Oh, she's in
She
there.
helps out.
Okay.
She's
helps
great.
out.
Good.
In fact, she
I-
should probably be there tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're listening,
Yeah.
Zoe, I
Yeah.
expect to see you.
Yeah. Gotta dangle the carrots. I know.
Otherwise,
See
I'll
some
see you
beautiful
tomorrow and tell
women.
you all about it.
She has
Exactly.
the best margaritas. I tell her that all the time.
Said Callie's. Oh, my
Oh.
gosh. I was like, please put one in Centennial, but I don't care. I'll still go because Littleton and Centennial awfully close.
That's what's
so
hard.
true.
So I live in Littleton. She lives in Centennial. So I know a lot of Littleton businesses and business owners. So that's where we've kind of been. It's not just limited to Centennial. We also bring in Littleton businesses as well.
Centennial can be open. Like,
Yeah.
like you have DTC. I mean, technically, the United States Postal Services see
yeah.
Englewood and Littleton,
The borders
so,
have moved and changed and all that.
I do.
yeah,
Inverness, like it's still, Englewood, and it's like, no, I'm like, you're still Centennial.
It is. There are no boundaries. Well, my gosh, we could talk to you guys
Yeah.
forever. I please
Yes.
hope that you guys come back and see us again because I know that you will.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I just fell in love with Megan immediately. So this has been, man, I know we have like 30 seconds left, but to tell you about how the type of person that Megan is, we're a part of course, the chamber, and I bawled on her last week and she like gave me this huge hug and was so supportive. So, you're getting one of your, like a best friend, a marketing gal, a networker. So she's the full,
appreciate
you
you.
are the full package,
Aw.
my dear. So
She is. She's
yeah,
a lot
she
of
is.
fun.
I'm likable.
yeah. And gosh darn it, people like me.
People like me.
True. I
you're
don't think I'd
energy.
stick around if I didn't like you.
Exactly. You do. People gravitate towards
authentic.
both of you.
Yeah.
I know we just met, but you have the same, magnetic
I know. I think
personality.
sometimes
thank
people
you.
they don't like me. I'm like, I'm gonna make you like me.
I know, exactly. A
Challenge
challenge.
accepted.
I love it. Well, thank you to everyone that tuned in and is listening on the app or on your computer at K4CO Radio. We are now streaming live, which has been really absolutely amazing, and we will continue that growth. Hopefully, you're going to see us soon on LinkedIn and Instagram. But now, of course, you can catch us live on YouTube and also our Facebook page. So we have been sitting down with the beautiful Megan and Danielle with Centennial City Lifestyle. And again, if you want to get in touch with them, 720-492-3500. And of course, you can find their magazine, Centennial City Lifestyle, online as well. So thank you very much for coming in.
Very
This
much.
Look
has
for the March
been-
one.
I know. March is, man, it's here in a week and a half. So,
Seriously.
So hard to believe.
We'll start mailing out on the 25th. So
so awesome. Well, we can't wait. And we're going to need more because people, every time they come in, they vanish
I guess
because
it'll be
they
my drop spot.
want your magazine.
Then they can
So
come here
continue.
if they
Exactly.
can find it.
Yeah, exactly. It's very exclusive. So if you want to be involved, Hey, I think I've shown this like 5 times.
Let's show the love one, love and local one. That's
Oh,
what
I
there's-
think I know. Do you have the love
Oh,
one?
that one.
I
Yes,
know.
Noah Berg, somebody my photographer I've known for 10 years took that.
That
so.
is a beautiful.
Oh my
photo.
God, I know it was
mean,
amazing.
man.
He'll be there tonight too.
Yes. Well,
Yes,
I'm
our
going to gush
photographers
over.
will be there.
Yes,
So
so
it'll be a good time tonight.
That is awesome. Well, thank you, ladies.
Yeah, thank you
Perfect.
again for coming on in, and thank you very much for listening. Be sure to stay tuned, I guess. You can't really say tuned anymore because that's just regular FM. But,
download later.
yeah,
You
keep
can say
listening
whatever you
because
want.
soon after this interview, we got Kev on the radio coming up here. Afternoon mix of music. You guys take care and have an absolutely wonderful rest of the day.